Okay, this is part 2 of our notes. We have example number 2 now. So let's look at example number 2. So let's go 6,395 divided by 84. Okay, so here we go. We're going to have our split here between rounding and compatible numbers. So here, rounding, we're going to round to the largest place values. So we look to the right of my 6, it's 3, so it's 4 and below, so I leave it alone, and I'm going to put 3 zeros after it, so it becomes 6,080. 84, I look to the right of the 8, 4 and below, I leave the 8 alone, and so this is divided by 80. So here, now 6 isn't divisible by 8, so this one I would actually have to divide 60 by 8 and go on from there. And so notice that rounding right here, that's not easy for me. That's not mental math, okay? So that's not going to help me a whole lot. That's going to make me go through all the steps. So like on a number like this, rounding is going to make it even more difficult for me. So rounding doesn't work here. So here is where we really need our compatible numbers. So that's where we really look at this. Now we're still going to round this to 80, okay? So we're still going to have something divided by 80. So this is where I list my multiples of 8. I'm like, okay, 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72, and I could keep going, right? So I'm going to look at this. So I know that it's going to have to be at least a 2-digit number because 8 can't go into 6. 63, if I look to the right, that's a 9. That's really close to something. What would that be really close to? Looky there. Really close to 64. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that a 64 and then 2 zeros after it. So now I have compatible numbers that are easy to work with. And so I've got 64 divided by 8. Notice I can take a 0 away from this divisor and a 0 away from the dividend. So now I have 640 divided by 8. 64 divided by 8 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I have 1 0. So it is an approximate answer of 80. Okay? So again, another example question. Okay? And this is one that you guys are going to complete on the discussion board in Wisdom. Okay, example number 3. Let's see. Let's do this one. 43, 22 divided by, and this one I'm not going to make you do in Wisdom. I'm going to actually make you do a couple others. I want to give you guys this example for a reason. So this one, again, you can use, this one works about the same way with rounding or compatible numbers. So you've got rounding, okay, and you've got a compatible number. So rounding to the largest place value, that would give me 4,000, because look to the right, it's a 3, I leave the 4 alone, divided by 80. Now, 8 can't go into 4, but it can go into 40, okay, and then I would take 1 0 off, 8 into 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and so it would approximately be 50. Compatible numbers, guys, is no different. Notice the first two numbers are 43. So I would fall between 40 and 48. I'm 3 away from 40, where I'm 5 away from 48. So a more accurate would be 40, and then my other 2 zeros divided by 80. So once again, I'm back in the same boat. Okay, 40 divided by 8 is 5, and then I add 1 0, because notice I'm dividing 40 by 8 first, because 8 can't go into 4, so I've got to take it into 40, and so it's approximately 50. So no matter if I use rounding or compatible numbers there, it would work, but notice I went down a little bit instead of staying the same or going up. Okay, so when you get into this, we will have some questions on the discussion board.